said it's just that means of communication. How do we communicate? Is it by body gestures? Is it by sounds? A string of sounds that we have put meaning into, attached meaning to the string of sounds, and we say when we hear what it means is come. When we hear what it means is go. And we understand ourselves. So anytime I say you come, anytime I say you go. That is what language is. Have we agreed that this is what will make us live as friends within our community? That is what language is. And then culture, I wouldn't know how to define culture here, since we have our own different definitions of culture. But I think my other Oga has said it is a people's way of life. It's a combination of everything you do, the way you eat, the way you work, the way you dance, the way you bury the dead, your belief system, religious, social, economic, name it, everything comes into culture. And when we want to revive our culture, we are not asking that my people who used to kill twins should start killing twins again. Because if I call for that, I wouldn't have been here, because I was born twin. Thank God they have stopped before I was born, because I would have been dead. So will I ask that they go and revive the culture of killing twins? No, we won't call for that. My people have graduations. When they want to marry, women are graduated. If you went to school and you're a graduate, the bride wealth is different from that of somebody who didn't go to school. If you stopped at the primary level, the bride wealth is different. And then if you went to school and you are now working, that's a gold mine, because your husband will pay through his nose to get somebody who is already helping the family to come and take that person away, because after taking you away, you may not come back to help the family again. The man may turn your head and you won't remember the family. So it will be better if we can get all we can get from him, even if it means he's building us a mansion, buying us cars, buying us foodstuffs that will last us for some time before you take your decision whether to help us or not again. That is our culture. But is it what we are asking for, that it be revived? Are we saying women should be sold? Are we saying women should be kept aside? Are we saying that we should revive that once you marry a woman, she should be in the other room, like our president, the other room? Is it where you should belong? We're not calling for such revival. We are asking that these are languages be used in production, in industries, in so many things that we do, because there are certain things we have in our communities that don't have English equivalents. And these things, if we don't record them, if we don't pull them together, if we don't turn our language into something that is documented, then those things will be lost for life. Because when the foreigners, call them foreigners, and I say the English language, I say it in my Igbo language, that the English language is asụsụ ndị iti. Iti, in my place, is somebody who doesn't know anything. And we say in my place that when you want to lie, it is usually very fine lying in English language. That's what we say. Because we know that when you speak the Igbo language, you are stepping on the ground. The earth is listening. The gods are there. And you want to lie, as long as you step on the ground, if you lie, they will pursue you. But if you now speak in the language that they don't understand, the gods may not understand that language you are speaking, you may go free with your lies. But if you speak the indigenous language, all the deities will wake up and want to listen. So we say, speak your language, because we will lose a lot of things speaking the English language. I know there are some names that you will mention in my place, and people will not know the meaning anymore, because those ones are lost. There was one woman who called the child and said, "Ọkụkọ hapụ kpọm, ọ ga-eji gịnị zụọ ụmụ?" That is, if the hen refuses to do pom pom pom, which the hen uses to attract the children, to tell them that food is there. If the hen refuses to do that, what will the children do? And the son just turned and said, "Mommy, what type of chicken feed is pom pom?" Because the child didn't understand what the mother meant. It was only a proverb. Our children don't know our proverbs anymore. We say, in my place, there's a difference between the way you look at somebody. The eyes will tell the difference between when you are cursing somebody, when you are giving somebody a message, when you are telling the person to leave the environment, when there is danger, warning, and all that. But these days, when you do it, your children will ask you, you have a visitor and you are giving them sign to, please, go, go. You say, "Ah, Mommy, is anything wrong with your eyes?" Because they don't understand. These are things we are asking for. These are the revivals we are asking for. We want to go back to what made us who we were. Strong people who could speak in one voice. Strong people who could come out and dance and be happy. Strong people who could present what they need to anybody without fear of favor. And not people who are looking for appointments. Not people who want to be in government at all costs. For you to be in government in my place, the Igbo race, you have to be the first son of the first son of the first son of the first son of the first son. It's inherited. You don't just attend a meeting. People from your family will pick one person who is a representative to go where other representatives are, and they will pick a representative from that place. This is the lower house. This is House of Assembly. This is the higher house and the Senate, and they keep going like that, keep going like that. And not for somebody to wake up one morning and say, "I want to be the president," and he's giving the presidency. Somebody who can't even speak his own language. And it is only language that can carry culture from one generation to the next one. If there's no language, there is no culture. Because most of the things we do, we use language to express ourselves and express them. And what do? We need to document our different languages. We need to document them. Most people will tell you that you're speaking the language of illiterates because they call it vernacular. They call it archaic. They say the language you're speaking is not modern. And that is why my people, the Igbo race, are losing the Igbo language. And we are into the Enlightenment program to ask people to please speak the language. We're not asking you to write it. We're not asking you to go to school and learn it. We are saying just please speak. Let us not lose the language. And when you speak, when you document, that those things you know in your language, like how to tap wine, how to tap palm wine, like how to produce fufu, how to do so many other things that the tea people, those who don't know anything, will tell us that we don't know. They will tell us that we didn't have before they came, that we had nothing, but they were not feeding us before they came. One of them said he discovered the river Niger. I don't know when people were fetching water from that place before he came. And he came and saw people taking their bath in the river, and yet he discovered River Niger. And we accepted. And they were teaching us history. We accepted. Because if they tell us, peace be unto you, my people will understand that peace is not P-E-A-C-E, that peace is P-I-S-S. They will understand it like that. And when you now say, peace be unto you, it depends on the peace you're talking about. And when it pours on you, what is it? So language is very important. And we need to make sure that we uphold it, transmit it, and see that our younger ones learn what they are supposed to learn in their indigenous languages. Because if you don't use these indigenous languages, most of our cultural practices will be lost. I have some of the words that the Iti people borrowed from my people. When they come to your place and they see something they like, they don't have a name for it. They ask you, what is this thing called? You tell them. They will go and turn it in their own language and bring it back to you. For example, we know okra. I don't know what you call it here. There is this slimy thing that we eat. My people, the Igbo language called it okoro. Ghana is what? So they came, saw it, couldn't pronounce okoro. They called it okra. And we followed them and say okra. That doesn't have meaning. So we should call it okoro. They came to Anambra State, a place where we believe the Igbo life started. They went there, saw the bracelet. The Anambra people called it honor. And the Igbo went and put mint and said it's ornament. But the origin is Igbo. Because most of our bronze works they took when they came. Some of them are in London. They ask us to pay money to go and look at them. Because they were speaking in the language that our people thought was the language of the gods. When you don't understand what they say, you say it's the language of the gods. And when they are this fair, we believe that my friend is from the moon or from the sun and not from here. So we're looking at them as a different kind of human beings. And that made us to think that what they have and what they had and what they will have is greater than what we have. And they tell us that our own is mundane, our own is archaic, and we believe and we want to throw our own away. But I'm asking that we should please look at our languages a second time and then get the things that we are losing and see that by all means we revive it, especially the ones that are necessary. the ones that are required, and not just anything. Thank you.